Good evening. I'm back, at least for a couple weeks. Hi, it is the height of con season. Boy, is it. Oh, I have bad news, damn it, on that front. One of the cons I was gonna go do canceled because they didn't get enough bad sales were not going to the way they wanted, so unfortunately they're canceling, which is kind of a shame because it seemed like there was a lot of interest in this particular convention. So, oh well. If I'm gonna get to 10, maybe Anime is a possibility. How is everybody? I see there's people here. So welcome to the tavern, you all. Alright, so I'm back at least for a couple weeks. And I'll be off to another anime con. I gotta figure out where all my stuff is. I don't ever unpack. I mean, I don't want it. There's no point in totally unpacking because I'm just gonna have to repack it. So I just pack what I need. Coming of it, I need it for Sunday because I already have a paint day coming up. I might have a day off after AAC. I think that's my first Sunday off. Will be after another anime con, the week after AAC is over. Then I don't think I have an event for a bit. I am getting towards the later part of the year. SagaCon was friggin' awesome. The people were, oh my god. This might have been the friendliest crew. And I mean, every crew I do is friendly, but there was just something very... No, I don't... Gen Con's expensive. I did Adepticon. I can't do Gen Con and Adepticon in 1 year. And I don't have vacation time either, so I cannot do them both. Although, that said, I'm thinking next year, I don't know, maybe? That's a big ask and a big maybe. And since my work is playing games with my friggin' PTO, and I'm going to demand some damn answers, because the human resources person is useless. But I'll demand some damn answers. People actually are working there and have connections to it and actually know the policy. So yeah, no Gen Con. Hello. Oh, hello. It's a new person. What are you? Are you the Info Dolphin? Hi, Cyanus. Me neither going to August and Gamehole Con and Gamehole Con I know is really good. I know that's a good con. I've got I want to say I have an artist friend by the name of Chet Minton, who I believe goes to that one. He goes to a whole bunch of cons, and I think that was one of them. So, Cyanus, how's things going? I'm glad you're amongst the gamefully employed. So let's see, do we have, so is that, I wonder if that's Info Dolphin. I'm the Russian tanks guy. But is it Info Dolphin? What is the IN? What does INFR stand for? You're the Russ Tanks guy. Oh, you're the guy. Yeah, okay. So you spying them? No, just kidding. How are you tonight? You gave me a job with a bunch of tanks. I can tell you right now. I've been making progress. You know what? After AAC, things will be a lot better. I am 17 days out, 16 days out. Yeah, God, is it really 2 weeks from tomorrow? I'm not panicking at all. No, not at all. So hi, I'm also the friendly vendor artist styling coordinator for another anime con. Right now, I still have things that are not done and I'm not happy, so I think I've met him before. My friend Chandra is friends with him. Yeah, he's cool. I love Chet. Chet is really cool. I love his artwork. I actually have, he did artwork of the Death's Head portal from Tube of Horrors, and I have that on the back of my car as a magnet. Oh, look, it's somebody to ban. I don't think you guys see this, but if you do, I'm banning this. Why do they think I will do it? I sent some Baneblade picture. Did you send me some pictures tonight? I've been like taking a nap because I'm friggin' exhausted. My work also hasn't really done me any favors either. It has been just absolutely nuts.
Moist.
Nerdy Tokyo! Things are going okay. I'm starting to paint Zoe. Are you working on the minis for AAC? Ernest? Alright. So where we last left off. I got a lot of the non-metallic gold done. I think I was starting to do the silvers. It looks like I was doing some silvers right there. Then I realized there's a whole lot more silver that I'm missing. It's not just those couple of areas I've got done. No, I got like the guns. I do the gun silver. And then there's this neat thing, which has got, I think, a bunch of like bombs, alchemical bombs in there. In like a net. Alright, so I gotta start finding paints. First I'll check my big bag. WB's wording out. I got ones for OHC? OGC. Yes, you did. Oh my god. You know it's put away, but I actually painted one of them. Their leftovers, we'll probably give them away at AAC too. I like giving people options. Alright, so where is my... Of course it probably always sits in here. So my charcoal gray. My Tempest gray. I don't have all these colors in there. That. And my white, which is in here. I love this bag. But what I said, it was actually hard to get the paints in. So happy Gen Con week, everyone. I hope those people who go to Gen Con have a great time. I know we have the Mr. Edwards, who runs the Guild of San Marcos, or actually now the Rogues. It's the Rogues of San Marcos. The Rogues now. I can't remember what the city is. I have actually the cards from it that Don Higgins drew. Come on. I know the ball is stuck in the thing. Shake. Alright, let's see. I may have to free it. Or maybe it's just stuck somewhere else. No, it's stuck there. Where's my pokey? I need my pokey tool with its thrusting action. To work this out. Whoa! So... but OGC and SagaCon, so I did them back to back. They were both, I had an amazing time with both of them. OGC, I actually do get to play. So I got to play 3 rounds of Pathfinder Society and get some XP on a couple of my characters, which was cool. And they will not get in trouble, but since I think he's a regional, it's regional vice something or other, vice chair or something like that. I can't remember the title, but anyways, one of the GMs that was at OGC also is an upper-up in the Pathfinder Society, or in the Paizo organized play. And we get to play not one but two scenarios that aren't being premiered until Gen Con. And one he wrote and has been published. That would be a Smart Goblin. Sadly, Smart Goblin is not at Gen Con this year. He's always gone, but this year it just wasn't in the cards. So that does kind of suck. But yeah, so Cyrus, I really loved the crystal balls. Like I said, I actually did one. I want an example. I didn't have tons of people. Like, I knew 25 was going to be way more than I needed, but because I don't get a lot of people at that con. But it was so worth it. I'll figure out where his finger... Okay, so this is the back side. So only a little bit of his finger is coming through. Because this is the side his finger is on. So yeah, OGC was really good. I saw, a lot of old friends, and there were some new ones. I filled my last table at AAC there. But the Doobies and Dice podcast, they were lovely people. These are, well, I mean, sort of. Okay, so Dolphin, what this is a while ago, years ago, Critical Role, and Steamforged Minis collaborated on a Kickstarter of the Critical Role minis. Sadly, they have gone away in terms of the contract between them, because the minis are really good. And now WizKids has it. And sorry to say, WizKids, they're not as good as these are. So, so basically, what I decided to do was, since I had all of Vox Machina, which this is Percy from Vox Machina, and I also have the Mighty Nine, when they release the season, although I'm a little behind in the Mighty Nine, I did not actually do one when they released season 1. But when they released the season of The Legend of Vox Machina, I picked one of the Vox Machina crew to paint. Now I'm thinking about, when I finish Percy, I'm just going to go right and scale him, because he's the only one I have left to do of the actual party. There are some other minis that came out afterwards. They basically, Steamforged did a thing where they would release a mini. They would release a mini every time there was like a major convention, and you could buy them at home. After people complained that when they said you weren't going to be able to buy them at home. So, technically, yes, this is like a D&D mini, but and you could use it. You could just use it as a gunslinger. I mean, it doesn't have to be. But since I'm a big fan of Kurt Roll, most of the minis I do paint, like on the stream or whatnot. I will paint some Warhammer. That has happened. It will happen again. But I do paint a lot of Dungeons and Dragons minis. A lot of Reaper minis, really. They're my favorite company. These were just beautiful. They did such a good job. So let me see. I'm missing part of my gun here, my pistol. I don't prime these, and maybe my paint just might be a tiny bit too wet. I can see the gun though. Repaint this. I'm not happy with how that came out. So I'm going to redarken this. Alright, so I'm going to say this little piece is in. I'm going to put some wood in the middle of there. His hand is just on the end of it, so I'm going to paint the rest of this silver. I guess I could just paint, you know what, maybe I could just make the inset silver too. That would make sense. As I said, they did a beautiful job on these minis, Dolphin. So are you, so now, are you working on anything? Do you, now I know we didn't really have a lot of time to paint when you left all those tanks over. Do you paint on, do you actually paint even though you gave you all those tanks to do? I think you said you do. And if you do, and this is for anybody else in the room, what are you guys all working on? Alright, I'm gonna get my little teeny tiny brush. Are you doing, anybody doing anything fun tonight? I saw a Nerdy Tokyo pop in, so I wonder if he's doing anything, you know, like, or if he's just probably getting ready for his work day, because he's in Japan. So we'll just do that. This is such a nice charcoal gray. Like, I had carbon black or whatever it's called. Carbon something or other from Reaper, but unfortunately I can't find the bottle. But this is a pretty good substitute for that. So great for a base, for the base layer of a non-metal metallic. So, alright, so as for things, the date of AAC. Oh, I'm going to try to get this paint off the Pokey tool so I can put it back on my. Alright, I think it's dry. Date of AAC is the 14th. After that, things should free way up. It should free way up because I'm probably going to be stepping back from doing that role. My goal is, I hope, to do another paint and take on that weekend, like a full weekend thing. I arguably that it's probably going to be, I think it would be arguably as big as the one I do at PortCon. I get 50 people in 2 hours, so, and that's really only because I have signups and I have a limit of 25 per. Let's see, who else do I know is going to Gen? I don't know, well, let's see. A bunch of my vampire crew is going to Gen Con. Just a way for so. What are you up to today? Are you working, or are you gonna get some hobbying in? What are you working on these days? Glad I'm back, and I'm glad you're here, Mr. Cool. I've missed this. Yesterday, I put all my Armageddon orcs on bases and glued a few pebbles together. Now it's all dry. Gonna add texture paste today. Oh, cool. Wait, you've got them all assembled? I might actually see if I can get some more assembly done on those this weekend. They're right now in my basement. And the ones I already have assembled, those are up here. Yeah, I got all of it done pretty quickly. Just been slowly get the base set up, trying to go for that correct desert look. Some homemade options were working. Yeah, yeah. Actually, their technicals really do a nice job. If I do say so. I actually have a little. I have my dragon tortoise, and I wanted to make a desert cracked earth floor or base. And that's exactly what I did. I think I did like a dark brown underneath it, and then I put it on, but then I painted over it, so I changed the color. Oh, whoops! I forgot. I forgot to do this little part right here. Oh, update for AC. Red carpet, trellis, LED lights for the trellis, backdrop for the trellis, and 16 Walk of Fame stars are all in. Awesome! I'm really excited about this. I'm trying to remember how much exactly space I gave you. I gave you a space which is kind of flexible in terms. But we have to talk to people about where to put all this, because it may not go right where your booth is. I'm really excited. You're gonna do another absolute killer fundraiser. I have to go over that bottom a little bit. I do plan to write paparazzi stories about people while there and post them around. Oh my god. Now what are you writing just about like the attendees or just people? Oh, you targeted me last year, so I stuck my thing on my wall here actually. I mean, I will 100% admit to being somewhat apprehensive this year because of the way things are. You know, and on behalf of my vendors and artists and such, I'm really happy they all took a chance. But boy, the economy, we'll see. Taking candid photos and writing articles. Oh God. Let's see if I can. A raised area right there. By the way, my poor wood palette really needs. I really need to change the paper on it. It's starting to absolutely disintegrate. Also, I think I might step away for one. Like I'm talking about literally a couple seconds. I'm getting warm, and I think I need to throw the AC on in my room. It's warm in here. I'm like so excited. I can't wait to see this. I just can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see what everybody has. Oh, I'm probably getting a new dice bag too. It's so pretty. Oh yeah, I think I have to make an adjustment on my files for my 3D printer. So they started off running pretty well, but I think I also just stepped on a piece. Yep, one of the pieces I broke off from. Go ahead. I'm gonna have to pass this on to the powers that be. You gifted a sub? Well, thanks. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. I don't even know who you gifted it to. Who little Dre is? Must be some person that's like sneaking in and watching and not talking. They're a lurker, but that's okay. Lurkers are awesome. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Oh, that feels so much better. It's like now I'm like friggin' warm. I wasn't warm when I walked up here. So, one thing is, at least, like, one thing I do on my stream is I do not run it with ads, like, in the middle. I don't make any ad revenue because I don't do it enough. But I really don't care as long... I mean, I don't even care. I didn't start streaming to make money. That's... No. That has nothing to do with why I started streaming. Why I started streaming was... It gave me 6 hours a week to work on my stuff and not just commission stuff. And then it also allowed me to talk to you. Like, I love chatting with people. And I started, like, at the end of the pandemic, like, when everything was shut down. Ooh, I hope I can get more paint out of this. Yes, you should start streaming Nerdy Tokyo. If you don't follow Nerdy Tokyo, follow Nerdy Tokyo. Are you an affiliate? Did you ever get to be an affiliate yet, or are you stuck on the three viewers? Okay, I guess you were. You know, it wasn't like you were at the World Cup or anything. Well, I think this paint is deceased. Do I have another really pale blue somewhere? I know I do. Where's aquamarine? Where's my aquamarine blue? There could be a variety of places they could be. Starting with my paint box, but I don't think it's in there. I took out most of the paints. There's still some left, but I took most of them out. And scattered them around. Oh, I know what I could use, maybe. Oh, I'll try to after SagaCon. I managed to steal one of their purple t-shirts that they had for, like, I think their founders or whatever. They have a really cool logo. I think they're going to be back. I think they had a very successful first year. And I gotta tell you, renting out a college campus really wasn't that expensive. So they might have something there. Alright, first of all, let me check the bag. Because I don't see it up on my shelf with the other blue paints. So that means I have it in one of my... What, is it right there? I think it's right here. So aquamarine blue is a decent substitute for moonstone blue. And I want something kind of blue because we're doing steel and steel does tend to have bluish tones. I mean, I go to them. I don't do paint takes at them. If you're connected at a Ren Fair and you wanna give me space to do a paint take, I'll do it. You're connected with King Richard's. No, I'm just kidding. I go to King Richard's once in every couple of years, and I've been to a number of the others. I've been to Maine. I've been to, was it Connecticut? I think it was Connecticut. I'm just so busy. I don't have a lot of time to go do it. Actually, I don't want this brush. I want the other one. King Richard's is the... They tend to be the juggernaut. Well, King Richard's got sold to a different company. It's no longer the Shapiros that own it. And then they ended up having to... they had to actually leave their site because the people that own the site, well, were pretty terrible. They've sort of fucked over, believe it or not, somebody fucked over King Richard's. There's a lot of jokes about how they screw everybody else with their pricing and everything, but... So last year they had like 5 weeks to get the site ready, and they did. They had it ready, which was pretty amazing, including with the jousting field and such. But they took over the former home of Edith Railroad, which I think is... I don't know if they're planning on... I heard somewhere they were going to keep running them, at least at Christmas, but... That's this. Makes a good highlight, though. About a Viking Horn Cup there. Oh, I think... I believe... Shit, did I go last year? I don't think I went last... Wow, I don't even remember. I want to say I didn't go last year. The last time I went... Where we did go? Fuck, I don't remember. I suck, I don't remember. We bought a Viking... We bought something from that vendor the last time I was there. I bought a lot more than that. Actually, we went twice. We actually went... There was a market weekend. So if you spent enough at the vendors, you could get a free ticket to go back. So we did, and we went back and dragged some more friends with us. Yeah, that was last year. Oh. And, yeah, I bought the same... well, actually, I didn't buy it. My best friend bought it for me. Does that have Rose on it? And I sort of cosplay as a pirate named Rosa the Raven. So everything roses. But there's a bunch, and there are far more cheaper options. Do they not have run fairs in Japan? I'm serious. Do they not have run fairs in Japan? One would think they might do well over there. So, what else? I got a bunch of stuff. I got like stuff for my hair. I got some other rose related things. There's a medieval combat community, but that's about it. I don't think the SA is more than a super niche following. It said, oh, so is it the SCA? Hope I didn't get all of that. Yeah, this is very Ren Fair music right here. Silly Ren said, if silly a Ren Fair that would be economically feasible. Not in Japan. As I said, in some ways, Castle Tentacle. Oh, okay, yeah, it's sort of like the SCA. Nice. So come Kishido and Bushido. So Bushido is the samurai combat. Kishido is the knightly combat, based in German knightly tradition. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, Japan Armored Battle League, which are regular team events using the MBS steel rules. Friggin' cool. I have no idea what yen translates to dollars. But 12,500 yen, I know that's not horribly expensive. $75 a month. Oh, that's well. I'm not surprised. That's I mean, it's not no, it's not like $10,000, but I'm not surprised that that's yeah. That would make sense for being that expensive. Yes, I think the SA does. Although they do definitely have the combat. A lot of their events do kind of center around the heavy list combat. You know, heavy list is one of the things I think. And then, but they do have, where I mean, you can go and you can be a craftsperson and such in that too. Um, you can work your way up the court. Can I paint a straight line? More or less. Okay. Now let's finesse this a bit. Yeah, exactly. You need turkey legs joust. Yeah, that's right. All right, just turkey legs jousting competitions and ladies with gigantic bazookas. The courses singing intense. Oh my god. Not wrong. It's not wrong. Totally not wrong. That's a hilarious way to put it, though. Hey, even I have a corset, but I don't have giant bazoomas. For the ref will be actually off a 1/6 scale. The 100 statues unpainted. Cool. Ha! Ha! So, so then you can point in my way, say, hey, if you want them painted, go visit Muse's Touch. Damn it. Stop that. It's a recess. It should behave itself more than... It should behave itself. Sure, that looks okay. If anyone wants to give more subs, I have to get my brakes. I think I have to get my brakes replaced in my car. I mean, it's been 75,000 miles. Let's see. I mean, yes, I can actually get those. Let's see. They have Turkey and Japan. Yes, so you can actually get those at sporting events and music festivals. Wherefore art thou, bazoomas? Wait, are you telling me the Japanese ladies don't have big bazoombas? I'll bet you they do. I'll bet you some do. If you get the right corset, you can have big bazoomas. God, this is a topic. I think we're just having fun saying bazoombas. I think Mr. Nerdy Tokyo is having fun writing it. Let's face it, it's fun to say. That's right. So I started this non-metallic steel, but I didn't finish it in some spots. Let's see if I can define this a little better. It's not merely the presence or absence of bazookas, but are they present during an impromptu concert of R-rated drinking size? Oh my god! Presence or absence. Good point. Oh my lord, Ducal. You know what, Ducal? You know what that means? You need to at some point make a trip over here during fall so we can all go to King Richard's together. That's it. Next time, if you ever go back to Nova, haha. Oh, because the only other place that's near here, the only other thing that's going on that weekend is ReaperCon, which I still say you should go. Go to ReaperCon. ReaperCon is an amazing experience. Sadly, I cannot do this year. I just can't. I want to go back though, bad. But I gotta get past next year, and then I have a funny feeling I'll be back to. I have a funny feeling, yeah, next year it'll be back to Adepticon after next year. Excuse me. All right. Hey, Big Hairy GM, what's up? We're talking about bazoombas and Ren fairs right now. My friends is in a singing group performance at the Connecticut Ren Fair, but the last performance is just before I get back to the States in October. Ah, Connecticut's a good one. I like the Connecticut Ren Fair. Alright guys, I'm sorry I'm yawning, but work has been very draining lately. I'm like been in a constant fight over various things. I love the fact that I'm like, they gotta blame somebody, so they blame me. I got this. This was a new one. So I got blamed for a job that was printed way too large. We didn't print it. We actually sent it out of house. I got blamed for a job that was printed way too large, and therefore out of scale. So everything was too large. And they blamed the print because my tolerance was off by 5 thou. It was printed a lot more than 5 thousandths too large. And I said, you know what, if they printed it to the size I said it was, everything would have fallen in the right place. But they printed it too large. The last two things I filled out, I kind of laughed when I did it. And promptly threw other people under the bus. I took just enough responsibility to basically say, fine, I'm just not going to do it anymore. And we had a whole mess with the color. Originally, I blamed myself. It was my fault. I did the wrong color. Then I realized I was given the wrong color to match. I went and did the right thing. I went and asked sales for a ticket of a job with that color on it, that screen printer run, so I was going to match it. And they gave me a ticket. I brought that out to screen print, and they handed me a color chip card. Except for I think it was the wrong one. No, I know it was the wrong one. So they basically handed me this thing today of like our mistakes, and literally this was the only like return we've had in my department. Where there was 10 jobs, all with the same problem, because the customer waited till we were 10 jobs in to say something. So I put a little asterisk, like I made my own little sign to match the basically my own graphics I have for my metrics board. And I basically wrote in there, asterisk, all 10 were the same mistake due to the customer not catching it until the 10th one was printed. And we were given the incorrect color to begin with. I actually talked to the guy who deals with the colors, and I kind of laughed at him too. It's like, I think you're actually to blame for this. I think you gave me the wrong color. I love the guy. I really do. I go, I think that's what really happened, and they're still trying to hang it on me. Wait till the management review meeting next friggin' February? When I have a little asterisk with that explanation on there, I'm sure they'll be thrilled. Took me a while to figure out how this all went down, but there we go. Now my gun is shiny. I'll tell you, I love my job, but there's certain aspects I don't love so much. And some of those aspects are some of the people that do stuff like this. What was the other RA? Oh, right. I remember the other one. It's a job we've been running since 2014. And we've run it a whole bunch of times, and now they're saying, well, the films are out of tolerance. Yeah, guess what? They were in 2014 when I told everybody the printer was was printing things not to size. Did anything happen then? No, it did eventually happen. We eventually got a new to us printer. Problem is, it can't be a new printer because they don't make them. I don't know who in their right mind thought that, digital printing was going to be the be-all end-all, but it's really not. Screen print is still a thing, and they have not made a technology that's as good as running films and burning screens from those films. There's a direct-to-screen, but you know what? It's not as good. In fact, it's so bad, we got rid of it. Because we were going to go that route. So, also, I've been massively ripped. Now, the one thing I will say is, okay, my guy should have put it on the floor with this massive rip in it that was taped up. But he thought it had been fixed because it went to him and not to me, because it should have really come to me to rerun the film. When there was a note on the flap, which is what holds the films, say to do that. So on my list of solutions for that, because you actually have a root cause and then you have to figure out a solution to prevent it from happening. And I basically said, one, jobs like this should come. Actually, I don't remember what I remember number 3 was films need to be handled with care. And I remember I basically said they should be coming to the art department when there's a note on there that says that and let us analyze it. AKA me. Looks shiny. It's appropriate. This music seems to be very Ren Fairy. Did I scare everybody off by talking about work? Anywho, so the other thing with the color thing too is that my printers, I mean, they're pretty good, but they're not perfect. They don't hold color. Like, the color can change from time to time. So what the printers feel like doing that day. So I said, well, if they want to be that picky about it, screen print them. I dig this. This is very Ranfair music on this track tonight. I picked the D&D themed one. Station. Because it seemed appropriate. Yeah, y'all got quiet all of a sudden. That's it. You, because I'm bitching about work. Then there's the fact that said they screwed my PTO. So what they did was, in spite of the fact I worked over 40 hours, I worked over 40 hours, over 42 hours a week for OGC, but because I left at noon, after working 6 hours that day, they still took 4 hours of PTO. There is nothing in our policies that spells this out. So I have tried writing to the HR person, and she's useless. She's about as useful as tits on a bowl. She might be the most useless person at Tavern, to be honest. But you know, when you make your kid an important role, this is what tends to happen. So then, if anybody, if I know he's not listening, this is like one of my coworkers that did pop on here for a bit. If funny if he's listening tonight, but basically, I wrote it, and I asked her. I first wrote her, I'm like, so why am I getting screwed over? Well, because you left at noon. I go, why isn't this in the policy? It should be a policy. I go, can you spell it out? What's it like for a day? What's the rule for a day? What's the rule for this? Why are you taking personal time when I don't have any accrued? I've gotten no answers because I said she's useless. So the next step is I'm going to go to the equivalent of our inside HR person who was actually rather useful and a good dude. And actually I've already pitched to him the other day. And he was very sympathetic. He's like, I can't do anything about her, and that probably is true. But he can at least spell out the fucking policy. Or at least he can deal with her and get it from her, or what it's supposed to be. And I'm going to play the little freaking game. Because I figured something out. If you were to work 40 hours, let's say you pull 4 10-hour days, right? They're going to automatically filch the 5th day from you. You could have worked 40 hours. If you don't show up the next day, regardless of whether you request it or not, they're going to filch it from you. So makeup time means nothing. So I get paid 48 hours for working a 40-hour shift. Which either means, I'm getting paid for a 6-day work week, or I'm getting paid double time for the hours that I'm there, that are on top of the 32 that I'm working. Now, the funniest thing of all is that it's 48 hours. Now, if I was to put 5 hours overtime, which is an hour every day, I would get paid 47 and a half hours, or the equivalent, because it's time and a half. So in other words, if I work 40 hours and get a day off, I get paid more than I do working 45 hours with time and a half. If anybody out there thinks this makes any financial sense, can you clue me in on how it does? Because I'd love to know. I just think it's dumb. And however, it does make it a lot sexier if I want to actually, like if I had taking a day off that week, to put 40 hours in and get a big freaking check at the end and essentially cash in my time off without actually taking any. Do it as an extra little bonus on my check. I actually think that works in my favor. So there's a part of me that wants to make a big I've had actually a bunch of employees tell me, yeah, go friggin' argue the point because, what they're doing isn't right. Even some of the upper ups have said this. But I think what I might do is I might just go find out the rules of the game, which should be there and are not. And I think I'm under every right to friggin' bitch about that. And then play their little stupid game and end up with some decent money at the end of the day. By the way, in some places that's considered wage theft, but here that they're actually doing it to themselves. But there's stupid policy that isn't spelled out. Just smooth that out. It's still toasty warm in my friggin' room. I put the AC on, but I'm still warm. I've not nailed this little the way I wanted to. So the other somewhat. So, okay, so there's that. But a lot of things in life are good right now. I'm just really busy and actually I think I'm gonna take my jacket off. Ugh, my sweatshirt off. Because it's warm. His life is good. In fact, I said I have to replace my brakes in my car, which is gonna be fucking expensive. But we have it. At least we think. I mean, I have it. If I haven't been, I've been sort of, socking away all that overtime, but that's being saved up for other things. Disney World. Because we're planning on going in a year. Actually, when I go to AAC, one of my friends is a travel agent. Maybe we'll discuss hiring him for my trip to Disney World. So, the other fun thing, of course, that I was really surprised, that I still like kind of shake my head and go, how the heck did that even happen? As I said, I'm a longtime World of Warcraft player, and was a guild leader back in the day, and my guild kind of went dormant due to some was reality, some was we lost a member that really hurt to lose, like we lost, like they passed away. And a lot of people just had a hard time logging in after that. Then all of a sudden, the last couple months, we suddenly have a guild again. We're doing things like raiding and with the keystone runs and things like that. We're not a progression guild, but still, people are doing this stuff, and it just doesn't tend to be me. I don't tend to really like a lot of hard progression. I don't have time to really put into it, so But now I find myself saying, if you're out there and you play World of Warcraft, and you're looking for a friendly place to come and hang out and do fun activities, we don't just raid, we do all sorts of things. We do all raids. We have a lot of people that are crazy about the new housing thing too. Right, where is I need to fix my gold. You're So if anybody wants to come join, come DM me. And then roll platoon on servers do still sort of matter. It's a lot easier to transfer things between tunes if you're on the same server. Roll a Alliance and Moon card. Just stay out of Goldshire. You don't know the story of that? Well, look it up. It's on the internet. The part that's been kind of bothering me is this right here. So today is like, so go back to Gen Con. Today is like travel day for Gen Con. Everybody heads out. Because tomorrow's the big day. There are all the crazy people get in line in the hallway that's outside of the vendor room, and then there's a big stampede. You know what's better? Waiting 20 minutes until the stampede is over and just wandering in. In fact, I bet you don't even have to wait 20 minutes. I bet you if you wait maybe 2 minutes after the stampede is over, you'll have no trouble getting in. Okay, that's better. I've been happy with the little insert in this thing. Now I'm happier. I have to figure out what I'm going to paint next because I think I'm coming to the end of this. So I think Gareth Rydmar is streaming tonight. He should be popping in at some point soon. Keep finding little resin bits. I gotta do his hair, I gotta do his gloves. Alright, I'm gonna do his gloves, I think, next. I definitely want them to be a lighter leather color. So I can look and see if he said anything. Nope, I don't see anything there. So, I'm hoping he's streaming tonight. So anyways, as for his gloves, so we're gonna do Percy's gloves. So, I've seen white on this thing, I've seen that, but I think I'm gonna go with an orangey leather. So I got a little chestnut brown. This is definitely a reddish orangish. I mean, he's wearing blue, so orange would be great for this. Go back to my work horse. It's funny. It seems like for the crit roll characters, like they have, like I've seen multiple different artworks, even on their own site. Maybe even whatever's in your headcanon works. But some of them do have, like, Percy does have this blue jacket. Now, luckily I have some of this blue kicking around on my... I think I missed some of this. Okay, that's better. wow, one of those things I think I painted is a... This is his finger. Alright. Hey, Adam Michael, what's up? How are you tonight? It's good to see you. Making progress on No Mercy Percy. Love that nickname for him. Let's see, we've talked about rent fairs and how my job is being a pain in the ass. Actually, on rent fair front, big bazoomas. Wait, what did you write? Actually, scroll back. Bazoombas, that's what way he wrote it. So we've had all sorts of interesting topics of conversation tonight. Okay. What the hell? Phone, shut up. I never told you to do anything. I love how I say Siri and it doesn't react. And I say some random thing and then it reacts. Oh damn, it looks like I gotta fix his face. Because I see a blue dot has crept up onto his face. I have to actually do a little non-metaxis. Alright, sand texture applied to all 3 units. Cool, cool, cool. School finally canceled all my Adobe licenses. D&D canceled all just a pile of annoyances. D&D canceled? Like a game you're in, they canceled, or... Are we talking D&D Beyond or something? Oh! So that got canceled. Oh, that's... boo. Hiss. I had a con cancel. Sadly, one of the cons I was going to do this year, they were new. Apparently, they said badges weren't selling fast enough. And I was like, that's a shame because there was a lot of interest and I heard a lot of people were going to go. And then they said, well, it's not enough. And I guess, I think it's more than that. They also said there was a contractual wording issue. So I'm back to 9 cons this year. Because SagaCon, which was one I added, did happen this weekend. It was amazing. Their first year, they got probably 400 people. And she said I expected 200 people. So I'm thrilled for them. It was so friendly and so kind. So yeah, they were really friendly and kind. They paid me. I also I painted, I got a commission on the spot and I actually finished it. It was a monster it was one of the vendors and he has, oh, it's downstairs. So, or it's in the other room. But basically he was selling his own game books. He had his 5e game, but it's very, very kind of Cthulhu-like. There he is! There's a Gareth! Oh my god! 50 months?! Have I been streaming that long?
Moist.
Did you start subbing to me right when I started? That's a good indication of how long I've done. So is it maybe next year is my 5th. I can't remember if this is my 5th year or next year is my 5th anniversary. I want to say it's next year. 60 months would be 5 years. I think it's next year. So I'm still working on No Mercy Percy. Yes, I've subbed for about 50 parts on a 50-month streak. Oh, okay. Let's see, 4 years is 48. Maybe next year's my 5th year. I know, I really... Actually, once again, I can probably figure it out from when I actually posted. I'll do it for your channels, buddy. I'm not gonna do it for everything. I'm not giving you admin rights to my server. Thank you very much. Let's see. If I go to X, this is the easiest one to find my friggin' profile. Dingy Ducky! Alright, so I posted in 2022. So that's when I started, was 2022. So next year will be my 5th anniversary. Oh, hey! Get quacked! I have a bunch of ducks actually sitting behind me. Hey, Dingy Ducky, what's up? I've never met you, actually. I've never heard of you, but I will give you a follow. I don't know how you found me, but cool beans. Let's do, I'm going to do a little shout out thing. If my computer work. Dingy Ducky. Dingy Ducky's going to have to explain what Dingy Ducky does. What do you do? What was your stream? How was your stream? What were you working on? Do you do minis? Finished a painting. Oh, cool. I believe somebody's painting something neat and this guy looked neat. So rare. Do you know Critical Role? He's Percy. This is No Mercy Percy from Critical Role and Steamforge Games. What were you working on? Were you working on ducks? Are you a fan of Mike Epic Duck Studios? Is it Mike? Of Epic Duck Studios. Let's go with that. Finish. So he is neat. I love Sacred Roll, and I think Steamforge really knocked out of the park with those minis. You finish up the Grandmaster Edition Adeptus Titanicus instead of Starbuck of Wrath of Kings. So you were very much a GW painter. I actually do occasionally do GW stuff. I also do a lot of Reaper stuff. And because there was a season of The Legend of Vox Machina, that's why I'm doing No Mercy Percy. I probably will do Scanlan right after this to finish up the Vox Machina. In terms of at least the main characters, I do have a bunch of side characters too that I'm going to paint someday. But it's lovely to meet you. All I could think of is I have a friend who I play vampire, and I do a LARP down in Florida. I live in New England. I do a LARP down in Florida. Wait, you have these minis? The Steamforge ones? There's a bunch of ones from WizKids too. They're not as good, but these were, they did their own Kickstarter, and these are just amazing. And actually, you could use them. You don't have to paint them as the mini, as the actual characters. I am, because I'm a big fan of Kurt Roll. But it could just be a gunslinger. Yeah, and I'm back the Kickstarter to give them to me. Oh, cool. I not only did the Kickstarter, I went all in a Kickstarter, but then after that, they released a series of minis when there was like Gen Con this week. Originally, you were gonna have to go to the con to get them, and then too many people complained, so then said, no, we'll open it up and let you buy. You can buy them on the store, on the online store. So the Armored Bearer Trinket. I have Trinket finished. Yeah, I love Trinket. Oh, I love Trinket. And that Mercer does I love his voice for Trinket. Also, he is the voice. He's the bear in World of Warcraft too for the druids. So I get to hear that every so often. I'm right now, I'm stuck on what to do next. Don't mind me. I'm sitting here thinking about what to do. And what colors to do. So, do you paint ducks? And I said, you don't happen to be a fan of Epic Duck Studios, are you? Because he's got a lot of Warhammer themed rubber duckies. There we go. There's the paints I'm looking for. I'm on for my dinner. Thank you, Raiders. If you like what you see, give me a follow. My sister did print a boatload of his ducks. Oh my god, I love his ducks. I have a resin printer. I have printed some of his ducks. In fact, I have one right here that I started painting, which I need to finish. Can't do it. I also think I have one of the squigs too. That's one of the squigs that came. Oh, it's cracked. Wow, that's really surprising it's cracked too, considering that it's also hollow. Maybe I gotta hollow them more. The ducks are still in good shape though. But I also believe I put holes in them. I did put a hole through there to let the stuff come out. But I guess I will get rid of Mr. Oh yeah, it didn't cure. Well, suck. I'll have to retool it. I need to retool some of those anyways. I was having some issues printing them. Then my machine died and I had to buy a new one. Which did. But anyways, I play a vampire LARP in Florida now and then. Because I live in New England, so it's not exactly easy for me to get to the said LARP. But there's a young lady who plays. Her character is known as the Mistress of Duckies, and she does indeed hand out rubber duckies when she greets you. So I have a couple of her rubber duckies in my little collection. We'll just use this one. I might have to shake this paint up a little. Although thin is not such a bad deal. So I definitely want something a bit on the orangey side. Because it'll go nice with the blue jacket. As orange and blue are complementary. Alright, I'm gonna shake it up a little more. It came out, the color seems to be good, but it also seems to be a little thinner than I want to. Very nice. There's a group of ladies in medical refuge called the Washerwoman. They have giant tubs of water they'll pour on people. They get in trouble because it's usually 90 degrees plus outside, and they have rubber duckies to visitors. Swing by them every year. Oh, that's cool! Like, I've seen an act like that, where they have the washerwoman to perform. Maybe this paint is just, I don't know, it's fine, I guess. They have something like that at King Richard's too, but they don't pour water over people's heads. It's just a show. They do. Telling body bad jokes and that are funny. We were talking about rent fears earlier tonight, but this is a theme apparently tonight. It is lovely to meet you, though. I always love visitors, new visitors at the tavern, so welcome to the tavern. You are most welcome to pour yourself a drink, because unfortunately I cannot do it for you. Although there is drinking occasionally here at the tavern. I do have channel point rewards for this. Or basically, I drink my deconstructed rum and coke. Of course, the Painted Hero Tavern, even though it's called the Painted Hero Tavern, is a pirate tavern in my headcanon. Because I'm a big fan of pirates. So how long you been painting? And said obviously you really like the GW stuff. I do too. Actually, I said I bought the Armageddon box set. I was at Adepticon, so I went to their the preview when they announced 11th edition. I have the t-shirt to prove it. Actually, I brought my friend one home. I have the orc one. So my friend wasn't there, but he could say he was there. No, I actually have the minis to prove it, because they gave away a sneak peek of the new Orc Boy and the Intercessor. One of the Space Marine Intercessors after that was over. It was so cool getting a t-shirt and 2 minis. Oh, see you soon. Oh god, it's almost time. I like all stuff. Been collecting minis and stuff on and off for almost 30 years at this point, so I have all kinds of stuff kicking around. I've been painting minis. Probably around, I don't like have exact dates. I remember the first time I did it, but I've been painting minis for probably 25 years, or thereabouts. If I can figure out how much before my first con I started, because the first OGC 20 was last year, and we missed a year or two in there because of the pandemic. This year's the 20th AAC. So I've been painting probably about 25 years. There was a bit of a break in there too. I love painting. I love to share it. I do a lot of events. I do. Right now, I have 9 conventions scheduled this year. I'm trying to find a 10th just because I like round numbers. My next con where I'll be doing anything miniature related is like a couple weeks from tomorrow. It's another anime con where I do 2 1-hour painting panels back to back. I do not even know what time they're going to be yet this year. I don't even remember if the schedule's out. But I only do panels because I run the artist and vendor space, at least for now. But I am going to be retiring from that. My job is too much, and I want to focus more on minis again, and I want to see if I can run a full weekend length event at AAC instead of just 2 1-hour panels. So A, it's a little bit less crazy, and B, I'll be able to service more people. Oh, by the way, Dingy Duggy, I also found out something interesting when I went to Salem, Massachusetts. I'm from Massachusetts, and Salem's only about 40 minutes from here. And I found out 2 things. One, there's a rubber ducky store in Salem called Wicked Ducky or something like that. Wicked something along those lines. And then 2, and it was Wicked was the first part of the name. 2, apparently the world's largest rubber ducky store is on Cape Cod. So come and visit me some point. Sometimes I feel like I can barely run my own stream. You know what? It's a lot. It is a lot. I say it's probably one of the more thankless jobs at AC. But I love it. I did it for 10 years. This is my 10th year since I took over running it. Although I did do it the first year, but then they gave it to somebody else. I didn't do the best job. I didn't do a terrible job. And what I was good at was actually wander around the con and make sure everyone was happy. I gotta have my people talk to the artists and vendors and such a little more. I think that was some feedback I got. I talk to them all the time. But I really love doing it. My hope is to do more cons next year. Won't be 31 like last year. Won't be 31 like the last year I was doing it. 31? You did 31 conventions. I'm just sticking to New England more or less. So I'm sort of stuck with what's up here. What I'm sad about was that one of the cons I was going to do canceled. It was going to be the first year, and they weren't happy with badge sales, but I think there was something in their contract they did not like. So they also mentioned contractual wording. So I'm really disappointed I'm not getting to do that, but it is what it is. That's crazy. I do 10. I'm shooting for 10. 31 is too many. Once a month is fine. In some cases, twice a month. I just did a back-to-back with OGC and SagaCon. It was a great time. I know, and I'm just sitting here shooting the shit because we're gonna have to go because we're gonna go raid a certain Gareth Rydmar who's just here. Well, I know that, but technically, this is not my full-time job. I have a full-time job. My business would technically just doing commissions. I don't really make. I would not make a profit if I had to like run this as a business, like the paint take as a business. I'd have to actually charge a lot more. I don't want to charge at all. I just put out a tip jar. Let me put it this way: I would not really make enough to even pay for my hotel room. So, the way it works is that I contact cons. I say I do need crash space and I need a place to run. I need a badge, and that's all I need. The crash space is usually is like the big part. So yeah, if I'm doing now, if I did actual teaching, like I would actually charge. I do charge when I teach. But I really like running the paint takes. They're a great place to get people involved in painting. Um, to get people who've never painted before, they get to try it before they buy it. I really, really dig that aspect of it. Um, I like to think I'm kind of an ambassador of this hobby. One of them. Not the ambassador of this hobby. Although I picked Muse because I try to inspire people to paint miniatures. Um, so I absolutely love doing cons. People love to just come over, hang out, and paint a mini. Last weekend actually was surprisingly busy. I didn't take a count, but I have more people than I think I accounted for. I think I had like a couple points where it was dead quiet. But for the majority of the time, I actually had people at my table. It was really good. The con organizers really helped send people my way. I thought that was very nice of them. I think it's more board game than it is TTRPGs, but I know they do have them there too. And it was my alma mater. It was my old college, so. All right. I think it's time for me to go raid Garrett's Rydmar. And let's share the love over there. That's it. If you like what you saw over here, give me a follow and come visit the tavern when we're open. Or, I mean, even you can watch the videos while they're still around. Okay, making sure I spelled that right. There's the correct icon. Okay, so if you want to come visit me here again and watch me do more work on No Mercy, Percy, the next time I'll be streaming is on Saturday. Oh my god, I'm back to Saturdays. Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. That's in the afternoon if you're in the U.S. And then Mondays at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Of course, tonight's 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Trying to think of anything else. I have not heard actually from my Murder Hobo peeps, so might have to ask. As far as I know, I was supposed to be playing that this week. That is at 6:30 p.m. on YouTube under Murder Hobo Wink or M Hobo Wink or something like that. I'm in a campaign called The Corsairs of the Azure Atoll. We're not pirates, but there are pirates. My character's an ex-pirate. We're coming to the end of the campaign, but all the episodes are up and friendly 2-hour bite-sized pieces. So that should be all. Thank you so much for the raid, Dingy Ducky. Really appreciate it. I'm glad you guys hung out at least for a little bit. Enjoy Garrett's stream. So until next time, our paths cross right here at the Painted Hero Tavern. I hope life is just wonderful for you all. And happy painting.
orange leather.